My name is Officer Grandstaff, and I'm the Crime Prevention Officer with the City of Creve Coeur. I would like to introduce Creve Coeur residents to a new program in Creve Coeur called Paws on Patrol. Paws on Patrol is a partnership with the residents, their four-legged friends, and the police department to help report suspicious activity to the police and send a message to those wishing to commit crimes to go elsewhere. Creve Coeur is extremely dog-friendly. From our various parks, including but not limited to Dr. H. Philip Venable Memorial Park with its 7.5 acres and half-mile walking trail, Conway Park with its 2.5-acre fenced dog park and 1-mile paved trail, and Malcolm Terrace Park with its 25 wooded acres and 1.5 miles of nature trails. Plus, there are plenty of sidewalks to walk our dogs, including Ladue Road, Conway, Fernview, Grazer, Mosley, Spady, and others. BringFrido.com also said that there are 11 dog-friendly restaurants and 1 dog-friendly hotel. The benefits of Paws on Patrol are both for residents and for the police. For the police, it's extra eyes, ears, and yes, even paws at various times of the day and in all weather conditions, which gives us vital information from those who know their neighborhoods best. For residents, it encourages would-be criminals to go elsewhere, to be more aware of their surroundings, and to effectively observe and report suspicious activity. It is important to remember that it is behavior and not people that are suspicious. Let's help protect citizens' civil rights and civil liberties. Factors such as race, ethnicity, and/or religious affiliation are not suspicious. Some examples of suspicious noises: breaking glass, gunshots, fighting, explosive noise, screeching tires. For some of those noises, there could be legitimate reasons as to why it is happening. However, possible crimes associated with those noises include a vehicle accident leaving the scene, burglary, vandalism, domestic disturbance, and car break-ins. What is suspicious activity examples for narcotics? Excessive to and from foot traffic, to a particular residence or apartment during late or specific hours. However, there could be legitimate reasons why that activity is occurring. For vehicles, if they are occupied and parked in unusual areas for an unusual amount of time. If vehicles are parked and abandoned in the same location for multiple days. If a vehicle is parked in front of a closed business or home for sale and is being loaded with valuables. Now, what is not suspicious? Someone walking down the street that you do not recognize is not suspicious by itself. Other dogs barking, while annoying, is not suspicious. Keep in mind that many retailers and contractors utilize personal vehicles. Delivering a package to a doorstep is probably not suspicious. However, taking packages from a doorstep is suspicious and needs to be reported. So how do you report suspicious activity? The 5 W's are a great start. Who do you see? What do you see? When did you see it? Where it occurred? And why do you think it is suspicious? Let's go through a couple examples of potential situations. Do you see a weapon in plain view? Definitely call the police. Try to avoid moving or touching weapons, as they could be evidence in a crime, and a suspect may have left their fingerprints or DNA. Is this worth calling the police? Yes. One of our functions is to serve the public, especially if there is an animal or child inside. Does this automatically become suspicious? Not necessarily. It could be a vehicle owner dealing with a lockout, and car window replacements are very expensive. What about this situation? Maybe suspicious? If it is summer, probably yes. Look at the sweatshirt and the hood up. Would you wear a sweatshirt in 100-degree weather? Probably not. But if it was winter, probably less suspicious. However, if the same individual pulls handles of another car, regardless of the weather, that's probably suspicious. What about seeing an open door? Things to consider: the time of day, the temperature again. Signs of force. Is anything broken, or is there a blunt object next to the door? What do you hear? Is there anything else out of place, like a nearby vehicle? How about this situation? There's an inhaler on the park bench and 2 shoes under it. Is that worth calling the police? Probably yes. Many people leave items in parks and often call the police when they cannot find them. But is it suspicious? It could be prescription drug abuse, but most likely it is just a misplaced item. Events catch your attention for a reason. Make sure you trust your instincts. If something is out of place, it probably is, but ask why. If you see something, say something. Call the police and we'll check it out. That's what we're here for. If the police do not know about it, we can't do anything about it. Do not feel like you have to get involved. Do not risk getting the license plate or a closer look at a vehicle if it puts you and your animal's safety in jeopardy. Other activity that may look suspicious, but is actually someone going through a mental health crisis include someone running into traffic, yelling for no apparent reason, repeating words or gestures of others, and repeatedly making the same statements or gestures, responding to things that are not there, and unusual or inappropriate clothing. An overwhelming majority of Creve Coeur officers are certified in crisis intervention. If you see this type of activity and think someone might be suffering from mental health crisis, please do not hesitate to call the police. How should you report suspicious activity? As always, if it is an emergency situation, please dial 911. However, if it is not an emergency situation, but you believe criminal activity is afoot, please use our non-emergency number at 314-737-4600. Now, regardless of which number you call, the call receiver will ask you questions and prioritize the call based on your responses. Questions help the responding officers stay safe and how best to resolve the situation. The most important piece of information is the location. Most likely, when calling a phone number, an address will populate into the dispatcher's computer. Please confirm the location. When calling 911, cellular phone calls use GPS to route the call to the correct dispatch center. Dispatch will only know the coordinates where the call originated from. It will not necessarily know your current location. The dispatcher might ask for more specific location information like area of the park or nearest cross street. When giving information to the dispatcher, try to be as concise as possible. Dispatchers are professionals and are trained in asking appropriate follow-up questions. Is this issue in progress, meaning happening right now? If not, how long ago did it occur? Do not feel like you have to report the issue immediately if it means remaining in a dangerous situation. Describing individuals. Try to describe things that are unique to that person. Hair color, scars, marks, or tattoos, specific clothing. Shoes are one of the last things a subject will remove when attempting to avoid law enforcement. Was a weapon involved? What type of weapon? If you do not see a weapon but one was implied, it is still important to give that information to the dispatchers. Describing vehicles. If you just get a glimpse, what color was it? How many doors did it have? Was there any vehicle damage? What type of vehicle was it? And what was the last direction of travel? Getting the license plate is important, but it's not worth risking your safety over. We hope you use this information to help reduce the incidence and fear of crime in the city of Creve Coeur. If you have any specific questions, please don't hesitate to contact me at area code 314-442-2075. Thanks again, and have fun walking your dog.